Now that we have our file all ready, we want to use Python to go ahead and parse out all this file and to read and evaluate the data. So in order to do that, we're going to use the regular expression module in Python. So let's go ahead and start by making our Python script. Okay, and to use the regular expression module, we have to import it. It's just RE. So we're also going to use the sys module because we're going to get the file name from the user. So we're going to import RE and sys. Okay, and so I'm going to write this script, but I'm just going to kind of create a shell here. I'm not going to really use functions or the if name equals main, but you guys should probably do that to get things organized. I just want to kind of give you some commands that will get you started. Okay, and so the first thing we want to do is obviously load the file that the user provides. And so we'll let the user provide the file on the command line rather than hard coding it in the script. To get the user input, we can just use sys.argv. So that's what we use to get the file name from the user here. So we'll just say fname equals sys.argv1. And again, you'd probably go through all the error checking you need to do, make sure it's a real file. But I'm just going to get through this quickly. And then we want to read the file. And so to open a file, you can basically just say open fname. And so that will open it. But really, we want to read all the lines in the file. So we'll pass that to the readLines function. Okay, and we'll say lines equals file open.readlines. Okay, and so let me save this now as read specdata.py. Okay, so there's our Python script, and so we can run it. Of course, we get the error because we didn't provide the file name. But I do have this example spectrophotometer data, so I can go ahead and give it that. And so it did. It opened it, it read the lines, it set it to lines, and didn't actually do anything. So now what we want to do is basically step through each line. So this line, actually meant to call it lines. That lines array is an array of every line in the file. So to go through each line, we say for line in lines, right, is a for loop, and that will go through each line in the file. And so what we want to do is we're going to look at this. We want to wait until we actually see this data or until we actually see our definitions down here. And so that's where our regular expression comes in. Okay, and so to do that, we're going to set up some patterns to see if we match them. So for now, I'm going to set pass here. But what I want to do is how can we find this data? And one of the best ways to find this data, right, is just look for this line. And you can highlight it in Sublime Text, and you can see these long dashes mean tabs. And so you can see it's all these numbers separated by tabs. And so we can use the regular expression module to set up a pattern to look for those tabs. Likewise, when we go down here, we'll know we're reading here when we find this standard curve definition line in the file. Like that doesn't appear anywhere else in the file. And the same thing here. If we find the words data definition, that doesn't appear anywhere else in the file. So that's how we can kind of go through this file and find what we need and set it up.